Hi, my name is Jonathan Jun. Welcome back to Cafe Korea. Today we're going to be focusing on sun tofu soup. More importantly, the tofu that goes into the soup, the soft tofu. So the soybeans in front of me can be used to make a variety of things. Soy sauce, doenjang, and of course tofu, which is the focus of our dish today. And it's also important to note that these soybeans that you see in front of me are only available in Korea. So the tofu, soy sauce, doenjang that you get in other countries is never going to be exactly the same. Soybeans themselves are known as the protein of the garden because they're 40% protein, 30% carbohydrates, and 20% fat. Another important aspect of the health benefits of soybeans is that they have phytochemicals, which means chemicals from plants, called isoflavone, and that helps prevent heart disease and cancer. So in order to make tofu, what you want to do is immerse these soybeans overnight. As you can hear, they're really hard. What you do is put them in water overnight, and that helps them soften them up. You want to grind these and filter it using a very, very fine sheet of cloth. What that does is separate the ground soybeans from the water with soybeans in them. What you do is use that soybean water and you want to boil it for 40 minutes while stirring. And you want to be scooping the bubbles that form on top because that affects the taste of the tofu at the end. What you do with the ground soybeans is dispose of it because in Korea they use that to feed their animals. You add 3% water with salt because that's equivalent to the salt content in salt water. You pour that mixture into a frame, and if you let that set, you get soft tofu, and you can hear it's like jello. And if you want to get hard tofu, what you do is take that soft tofu, machine press the liquid out of it, and it sets into this hard tofu, which is much firmer. So now that I've shown you how to make tofu, we're going to go right in and show you how we make our sun tofu soup. Directly in the bowl on top of the stove, just like we do in the kitchen. So getting started, we use a broth. A lot of people question what kind of broth we use, whether it's vegetable stock or meat stock. For this soup specifically, we use a vegetable stock that's prepared using kelp and radish boiled in the fresh filtered water. And you want to put that in there to get started. Okay, now that's prepared, we put in our vegetables. So usually to get started, we'll put in some freshly sliced garlic right into the soup, some freshly chopped onions, some diced zucchini, and here's the important part. Normally we put in seafood, a mixed assortment of seafood with squid, shrimp, clams, mussels, things like that. But if you're not comfortable with seafood, we can put in chicken, beef, or pork. And if you don't want meat altogether, we can make it completely vegetarian friendly. So once that's in the bowl and it's cooking for a while, we're going to put in the soft tofu that I mentioned earlier. Let's put that in there. We let that boil. Once the meal itself is boiling, we're going to put in the hot chili pepper sauce. And this depends on how spicy you want to order. Mild or medium or spicy, depends. Put that in. And to finish off the bowl, we put in scallions, some enoki mushroom, and at the very end we'll put in an egg. So now that you see all the ingredients are in the broth, cooking beautifully, and it looks delicious. So as soon as the dish is ready to leave the kitchen, we crack an raw egg on top, and by the time it reaches your table, it's going to be ready to eat. Now it's done and ready to eat. That's it. I've shown you how to make our sun tofu soup. I really enjoy it. Customers seem to like it. Next time you're in, please don't be afraid to say hello. I'd love to meet you. Thank you so much for watching.